Chosen one. Wednesday will bring a quick rise. Please listen. Wednesday is not going to be just another middle of the week day. This Wednesday is marked by destiny. This Wednesday is not on the ordinary calendar of men. It is stamped on the divine schedule of heaven. There are moments when everything turns. Days when what you've waited for, prayed for, bled for, in silence, finally shows its face. That day is approaching, and it's Wednesday. You might not see the signs yet, but it has already been released in the spiritual realm. Acceleration is being issued in your name. You are not going to climb slowly. You are going to rise quickly, divinely, and undeniably. And not just any rise, but the kind that makes the world stop and say, "How did this happen so fast?" Chosen one, watch this video until the end. There's something hidden in this message that your soul is ready to recognize. This is more than a video. It's a moment of preparation. In the comments, write your warmest wishes and 99 to send energy into the universe and unlock what's been waiting. Sometimes, a single declaration in faith moves mountains. Wishes are a frequency. Yours are about to echo across heaven and shift the atmosphere around your life. Just once is enough to stir the realm that's already watching you rise. Now, chosen one, like this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. You see, many people will live their whole lives dragging themselves through each day, never realizing they were created to soar in a single season. But not you. You've been kept in the dark long enough, hidden, overlooked, restrained. All of that had a divine reason. It wasn't a delay, it was calibration. You were not being punished, you were being aligned. What looked like nothing was growing something powerful in silence. And now the atmosphere is breaking open. The spiritual weather around you is shifting, and it's happening faster than you expected. You were not forgotten. You are being groomed for the quick rise that others said would take years. But for you, it will happen in one day. Wednesday. The acceleration that is about to hit your life will feel surreal. That's how heaven works. There's a momentum that man can't measure. People will think you skipped steps, but they don't know about the staircase you climbed in your spirit. The tears, the prayers, the heartbreaks, the rejections, the no's that crushed you. All of them were shaping you into someone who could rise and not fall. You're not just being elevated, you're being established. A quick rise is meaningless without spiritual grounding. But you chosen one. You have both. There is something about Wednesday that has been marked for you. Heaven has circled it. Your name has been whispered over it. It will come in unexpected forms. An opportunity, a message, a person, a shift. But when it comes, it will be undeniable. You will know not by logic, but by the way your spirit reacts. It will feel like something ancient just clicked into place. That's the rise beginning. That's the moment the slow season finally breaks. That's the divine yes you've been waiting for. And when it begins, don't be shocked by how fast it moves. Doors that wouldn't open for years will swing open. Conversations you once begged to have will now seek you. Platforms that ignored you will now need you. But more than the outside, it's the inner confirmation that will thunder inside your soul. You'll feel it. This was always meant to happen. You were always meant to carry this light. You were always meant to rise. Not crawling, but catapulting. Not surviving, but dominating. Not proving, but embodying. Some of you have been trapped in cycles. You've watched others move ahead while you've waited. You've held back tears while clapping for others. You've questioned if it would ever be your turn. Value will now need your voice. The same ones who dismissed you will now call you necessary. The same ones who ignored your message will now echo your words. That's what happens when a chosen one rises. And this is the kind of rise that doesn't just bless you, it corrects the atmosphere. It shifts family dynamics. It breaks generational chains. It inspires thousands. It confirms destinies. Don't expect everyone to clap. Some people only supported you when you were struggling. They loved the version of you that needed help. They celebrated the you that was still trying. But the you who is rising quickly, that version might scare them. That version exposes what they refused to become. But don't shrink. Don't apologize for what's happening. This rise is not pride. It's prophecy. It's not ego. It's evidence. You're becoming the proof of what happens when someone refuses to settle. When someone listens to God's voice louder than people's opinions. And Wednesday, it's going to shift something deep. For some of you, it will mark the end of poverty and the beginning of perpetual provision. For others, it will be the day you finally see why everything had to hurt so badly. You will feel peace rush over you in ways you've never felt before. You'll cry, not out of pain, but out of realization. It happened. It really happened. The quick rise, the transformation, the divine explosion that changed the pace of your entire journey. You don't need to chase it anymore. You've aligned with it. And when alignment happens, movement follows. Divine favor is not always allowed. It shows up in quiet rooms, in humble actions, in small yeses that unlock giant blessings. So if it feels quiet now, don't be fooled. Heaven does its best work in silence. The soil has already shifted. The roots have already been strengthened. All that's left is for the fruit to burst forward, and it will on Wednesday. Do not underestimate what a single day can do when God has decided to breathe on it. Time bends to obedience. Circumstances collapse under divine timing. And you, chosen one, are stepping into that moment now. Let Wednesday be a prophecy fulfilled. Let it be your evidence that a life can change in a blink, that a struggle can turn to strategy, that a closed door can become a throne room. You've waited, you've obeyed, you've been refined in fire, and now the rise will be rapid. Not because you're lucky, but because you're chosen. The momentum that's coming for you is not natural. It is supernatural. It won't make sense on paper. It won't line up with what people think you deserve. It won't match your credentials. That's how you'll know it's God. You won't be able to calculate it or even fully explain it, but it will happen, and it will be too undeniable to ignore. Heaven does not operate on earthly time or logic. When your appointed hour comes, it doesn't consult resumes, rankings, or rumors. It looks for readiness. And you, chosen one, you're ready. You might feel like you've been wandering in circles, as if every effort was met with resistance. But all this time, you've been building spiritual velocity. There are some blessings that don't arrive gently. They arrive like a slingshot. The farther you're pulled back, the faster you're launched forward. That's what's happening to you now. This rise won't be accidental. It will be the outcome of a divine reversal. You are the one who was overlooked, underestimated, and uninvited until heaven said otherwise. The tables are turning. The speed is increasing, and Wednesday is the moment it all catches fire. People think rising is about striving, hustling, grinding. But a true rise, the kind that's God ordained, comes from surrender. You surrendered. You laid it all down. You kept showing up when there was no applause. You kept building when no one noticed. And now the reward is coming faster than they'll be able to process. The rise will be so swift that even you will pause and say, "Is this really my life now?" Yes, It is, and it's only just beginning. Don't fear the pace. The quick rise isn't meant to overwhelm you. It's meant to announce you. You've been in preparation mode so long, it might feel strange to finally receive. But it's time to adjust your posture from reaching to receiving. You've reached long enough. You've toiled long enough. Now it's your season to welcome what has been divinely assigned to your hands. And it's coming quicker than they told you it would. Because man's timeline is not heaven's calendar. There's a reason this rise had to be quick. You were running out of space in that old environment. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you outgrew it. But since it didn't shift, God is shifting you. Some people won't understand why you suddenly moved on, leveled up, elevated past their expectations. But it was never about proving them wrong. It was about proving God right. You are proof that favor finds the faithful, that obedience opens the unthinkable, that one day can make up for a decade of delay. Chosen one, the rise on Wednesday is not just about physical circumstances changing. It's about spiritual jurisdiction expanding. You're being granted access to places your lineage was once denied. You're stepping into arenas where your ancestors were silenced. You are not just rising for yourself. You are rising on behalf of everyone who ever had to swallow their voice, hide their dreams, or shrink their presence to make others comfortable. The quick rise is your redemption arc. You are breaking a silent chain just by showing up fully as who you were designed to be. And let's be clear, this isn't pride talking. This is prophecy fulfilling. The light that's on you was not placed there by accident. You've been glowing in private. Now you'll be seen in public. The quick rise is the unveiling. It is heaven's way of saying, here they are, the one we preserved, the one we protected, the one we prepared. You've walked through the valley quietly. Now you will rise audibly. The environment around you might not be ready for the new version of you, but you are. The confusion, the delay, the waiting room season, it made you strong. It made you wise. It made you unshakable. That's why this rise won't destroy you. That's why this speed won't scare you. You've developed wings in the darkness. And now the light is calling you higher. Soar past the doubt, soar past the fear, soar past the last version of you that still thought the dream was too big. Soar with boldness, soar with certainty, soar with the sound of heaven echoing in your ears now. Because this rise will be sudden, but not shallow. It's going to surprise people, but not heaven. Heaven's been planning this. You've been on the launch pad, and now the countdown is over. Do not shrink when the door swings open. Walk through it with the authority of someone who knows they were born for this because you were. You didn't wait for years just to experience a minor shift. You waited for a total reset. And this Wednesday, it starts. The schedule is set. The blessing is in motion. The spotlight is shifting. And your name is on the next announcement heaven is about to make. Those who thought you were out of time will soon realize you were just waiting for your set time. Those who thought you were behind will see you pass them. Not because you competed, but because you obeyed. This isn't hustle. This is harvest. This isn't random, it's reserved. You are not receiving leftovers. You are stepping into what was custom made for you. And the rise will be so swift. You'll forget the years they said it would take. You'll forget the pain that tried to tell you it wasn't possible. You'll forget the sleepless nights that whispered maybe you were wrong. Because now everything will align. Your voice, your value, your vision is all coming together like a divine puzzle. And it's coming together at divine speed. So, Prepare your heart, clear the mental space, remove the doubt, and welcome the new identity that's arriving with this quick rise. You are no longer who they thought you were. You are no longer waiting for approval. You are no longer seeking permission. The shift has happened. You are walking in favor. You are moving in alignment. You are rising. And this time, nothing and no one can slow you down. Stay alert. Stay open. Be ready. Because the moment is arriving sooner than you think. And when it does, you will not need to explain a thing. Your life will speak. Your rise will announce. Your glow will confirm. And the whole world will witness what happens when a chosen one is released into their divine rise. This next wave that's coming into your life has no precedent. You won't be able to compare it to what others experienced. You won't be able to lean on someone else's story and say, "Mine looks just like that." No, yours is different, uncommon, rare. Heaven has assigned you a quick rise that is tailor-made for the journey you've endured. Every step you took in silence, every moment you stayed faithful when it didn't make sense, every tear you wept in private while smiling in public, it was not ignored. It was documented. And now it's being rewarded. The rise that's coming is not a temporary lift. This is not about having a moment of success. It's about entering a new realm where success is the baseline, not the mountaintop. You're being introduced to a version of life where favor flows without fear. You won't need to beg. You won't need to push your way in. And you definitely won't need to explain your worth. The season ahead is one where your value speaks louder than your voice ever could. And here's something you need to remember as the rise begins. You don't have to shrink to be accepted. You don't have to dim your light to make others comfortable. The right people, the ones assigned to your destiny, won't be intimidated by your glow. They'll be activated by it. The rise is not just meant to change your life. It's meant to change your circle. The ones who couldn't handle your hidden potential won't survive your revealed greatness. And that's okay, because the new level you're entering can't be weighed down by people who only understood your former self. Chosen one, you've been battle-tested, refined by fire, hardened by delay. And because of that, this quick rise won't make you arrogant. It will make you grateful. It won't make you lose yourself. It will reveal your true self. The self that was buried under other people's projections. The self that had to stay quiet while others tried to speak for you. The self that knew all along you were destined for more. You didn't just survive the storm, you grew in it. And now, as you rise, don't be surprised when the environment around you can no longer hold you. That's why God is shifting you. Sometimes you can't elevate where you are. Sometimes the elevation comes with a relocation. Not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally, financially, mentally. The way you think is changing. The way you view time, effort, and value, it's all being reprogrammed to match the speed of your destiny. Wednesday will be a hinge moment, the kind that flips the page in your story. It will feel quiet at first, almost like nothing is happening, but in the spirit, everything is moving. The quick rise won't come with fanfare. It will come with clarity. Suddenly, things that felt cloudy will become clear. Suddenly, decisions you've been wrestling with will feel light. Suddenly, the answers will appear where you once only had questions. Heaven is not a place of chaos, and neither is your next level. The quick rise comes with peace. You're not just rising in influence, you're rising in wholeness. That's what sets you apart. You didn't take shortcuts, you didn't sell your soul, you didn't betray your essence to be seen. You stayed true. And now, heaven is making sure you're seen for real. No more manipulation, no more compromising, no more false versions of success. This rise is built on truth. And it's fast, because you've already paid the price. Some people get handed things quickly and fall just as fast because they never built character in the process. But you, chosen one, you've already been through the pruning, the tests, the silence, the confusion, the long nights where all you had was faith. So when this quick rise hits, you won't panic, you won't self-sabotage, you'll embrace it with confidence because you'll know it's not random. It's yours. There will be moments in the next season where you'll pause and realize just how much has changed in so little time. You'll have to take a breath and say, wait, how did I get here? And then you'll remember the quiet yeses, the silent strength, the daily disciplines no one saw, the divine whispers you followed even when it looked foolish. That's what built this. And that's why it's unshakable. Wednesday is not just about events. It's about alignment. It's the moment where what you carry and where you're going finally match. The tension breaks, the old shell cracks, the real you emerges, and the world will feel it. Your energy will shift. Your presence will announce things before you even speak. People won't know what changed, but they'll feel something is different. And it is. You're walking into divine fulfillment. You're stepping into long-awaited release. You're rising and quickly. Don't let the swiftness make you second-guess it. Don't let old voices pull you back into outdated timelines. You don't owe the past an explanation. You don't owe delay a seat at your new table. You're not late. You're right on time for the divine fast track. Chosen one. The speed is intentional. God is making up for lost time. What took others 10 years will take you 10 weeks. What people expected to take a lifetime will appear in your life in a matter of days. Because when favor finds alignment, acceleration follows. That's why it's important to stay grounded, stay rooted, stay centered, because the rise will be glorious. But your humility will keep it holy. There's a glow forming around you now. Not the kind of glow that fades with attention, but the kind that grows with purpose. You'll carry it into rooms, into relationships, into opportunities, and people won't even know why they're drawn to you. It's not charisma, it's not charm, it's God's fingerprint. You've been chosen to radiate what heaven looks like when it moves quickly. You're becoming a visual prophecy. This Wednesday, when it starts, you'll feel it. Don't miss it. Don't downplay it. Don't distract yourself with the noise of yesterday. Sit still long enough to hear the shift in the wind. Your spirit will recognize it before your mind can name it. It will feel like destiny walked into the room and sat next to you. And when it does, honor it. Speak life over it. Move boldly with it. Because this is what you've been waiting for. You're not rising into fantasy. You're rising into fulfillment. The kind that lasts. The kind that multiplies. The kind that invites legacy to the table and says, we're building. Now, the quick rise is not just a promotion. It's an announcement. Heaven is declaring through your life what it looks like when faith meets divine speed. You are not ordinary. You are not late. You are not random. You are chosen, and the rise is proof. What's about to happen to you is not a climb. It's a lift. You've done the climbing. You've taken the long road. You've been faithful in the slow seasons when nothing around you looked like what was promised to you. But now, the spiritual elevator is here. The door is opening. You are being summoned not by man, but by heaven itself to come up higher and to do it quickly. The time of waiting in line is over. The rise is not only coming fast, it's already underway. and you are the one being lifted. This is why it's crucial now, more than ever, that you keep your eyes locked on the vision. Because with a quick rise, distractions multiply. Not all attention is affirmation. Not all offers are opportunities. When your light increases, so will the shadows that try to walk beside you. But you are not naive. You've gained discernment in the dark. And now, as you rise into the light, that discernment will protect what God is elevating. Don't be afraid to say no in this season, not out of pride, but out of wisdom. You've worked too hard to allow anything to cheapen what's about to happen. The rise must be protected, because while it's fast, it is still fragile. Every gift from heaven must be stewarded with clarity. So when the phone rings, when the DMs come in, when the invitations increase, pause and ask, is this for my rise, or is this a trap in disguise? God is not just raising you. He's trusting you with visibility, with influence, with authority. That's why your foundation had to be tested so deeply. Because what you're about to stand on must hold the weight of favor without crumbling. Many people want to rise quickly, but few are willing to be built deeply. You, however, said yes to the hidden place. You said yes to the pruning. You said yes to the preparation. And now, because of that, your quick rise won't be a collapse waiting to happen. It will be a beacon that can't be ignored. Some people will try to rewrite your story. They'll say you got lucky, that you didn't earn it, that you just appeared out of nowhere. But you'll know the truth. You were prepared in obscurity. The rise didn't begin on the outside. It began inside of you. In the nights you stayed up surrendering, in the days you served others while you waited on your own turn. In the hours you were faithful to a vision no one else could see. That's what built this. Not connections, not clout, not manipulation, but obedience. And obedience always wins, especially in sudden seasons. Chosen one, the rise that's coming isn't simply an event. It's a verdict. Heaven is declaring now, it is their time. And when that decree goes out, the atmosphere must respond. Even your enemies will have to watch it happen. Not because you need their validation, but because God uses your rise as their lesson. They will see what happens when they mishandle the chosen. They will witness what divine reversal looks like. They will sit and watch the one they overlooked become the one they now can't stop talking about. But you, chosen one, don't get stuck on the crowd. The quick rise isn't about proving yourself to anyone. It's about stepping fully into your assignment, your purpose, your identity. You are not rising just for applause. You are rising to fulfill what you were born for. This is about destiny, not popularity. This is about heaven's plan, not people's opinions. The rise is confirmation, not a competition. And don't be surprised when things start aligning at a pace you've never seen. Projects that were delayed will suddenly find funding. Visions that felt distant will suddenly be clear. People you once chased will now pursue you. The season has changed. The tempo has increased. The doors are automatic now. Motion activated. All you have to do is keep moving in obedience, and they'll open in front of you. Everything you lost, God is returning with interest. Not just in quantity, but in quality. You won't just get another chance. You'll get a better one. You won't just find another path. You'll find a smoother one. Because the quick rise doesn't come to repeat what you've already had. It comes to exceed what you thought was possible. The version of you that's rising now is not the same person who started the journey. You've been recalibrated. You've shed the skin of fear, shame, and delay. You're stepping forward as someone who is not afraid of their own light. You're not flinching when good things come. You're not second-guessing when the spotlight hits. You're standing tall, not in arrogance, but in authority. That's what this quick rise demands, and that's what you're ready for. You're not here to just witness miracles. You're here to become one. Your life is about to tell a story of rapid transformation. People will say, how did they go from that to this? And the only answer will be favor, acceleration, divine timing, obedience. That's your formula now. You don't need to hustle to be seen. You just need to obey and be ready because the moment is coming and it's moving fast. This is the kind of rise that puts your name in rooms you haven't entered yet. That draws people to your spirit before they even hear your voice. That shifts atmospheres the moment you walk in. Not because of who you're trying to be, but because of who you truly are. Chosen one, Wednesday is not just a day on the calendar. It is a divine timestamp, a coded alert in heaven that says, release the breakthrough, unveil the destiny, announce the rise. What you feel in your spirit isn't just excitement, it's recognition. Something in you knows this is the moment everything changes. So what do you do while you wait for Wednesday? You align, you prepare, you listen, you quiet the noise and elevate your frequency. You make room, you clear the distractions. You tune into the whisper of the Spirit because when it happens, you want to be ready, not just to receive it, but to carry it, to walk in it, to multiply it. The rise is real. It's fast, it's undeniable, and it's yours. Chosen one. Now that the rise is in motion, you must understand something critical. Momentum is not just about movement, it's about direction. A quick rise can launch someone high, but only purpose will guide them forward. You are not being lifted just to gain altitude. You are being elevated to walk a divine path. A path designed long before you were ever underestimated, mocked, or doubted. A path that was hidden until the appointed time. And now it is finally revealing itself. One aligned step after another. And it begins with this Wednesday. This moment will demand a new mindset from you. Because the rise that's taking place is not only shifting your circumstances, it's transforming your thinking. The patterns you once lived by, the beliefs that kept you limited, the fears that delayed your action, they are being severed. The rise is not only taking you into visibility, it is taking you into identity. No more false identities. No more doubting the voice inside you that's been crying out, I was made for more. Yes, you were, and now the more is coming. Do not wait for external confirmation to validate what God has already placed within you. The world may not be ready to agree with your elevation, but heaven already did. Your assignment isn't up for debate. Your purpose doesn't need a poll. Your value is not subject to approval ratings. The quick rise you're experiencing is a reflection of a spiritual shift that has already occurred. You are simply catching up to the truth of who you've always been. There's a sacred kind of speed that heaven operates in. It's not reckless. It's not rushed. It's right. It's refined. It's real. When God says now, everything accelerates. Not because the journey was skipped, but because the timing has ripened. You've arrived at your moment, not by force, but by faith, not by shortcut, but by surrender. And because you chose the narrow path, you are now being entrusted with wide influence. As you rise, prepare for the unfamiliar. This next level will stretch you. The rise will introduce you to rooms where no one knows your struggle, only your glow. It will position you among people who didn't see your process, only your presence. But don't be afraid of the room. You were built for it. You carry what it needs. You bring light to spaces that once only knew shadows. You're not here to fit in, you're here to transform. And this quick rise is only the beginning of your transformation mission.